kind of ashamed to admit how many times it happened. Oh shoot.
Oh.
I'm at the train station and we're going to Sintra. It's sunny and nice out. This place is extremely touristy, but for a very, very good reason, I think. It's very beautiful. There's gonna be a lot of stairs. This would probably be illegal thing to do in the US. Just marching into somebody's private property like this. I could get arrested or even worse. Located in the old town of Sintra and classified as World Heritage by UNESCO, Quinta da Regaleira was built at the end of 19th century in the spirit of Romanticism and its ideas. The ensemble of enigmatic structures and luxurious gardens is a reflection of the philosophical and initial pursuit of the owner and the talented architect Luigi Manini. Definitely Italian. A trip to Quinta da Regaleira is a journey into an imaginary universe of symbolicism and metaphor. Let's do it. My host told me that his classmate's cousin's family used to own this place, and he remembers playing in this castle when he was a kid. That's crazy. And then later, some Japanese people bought it for the business purposes. Smart investment, let me tell you. Playing hide and seek in this castle as a child, or as an adult even, would be a delight. Or a treasure hunt. What a beautiful, beautiful place it is. I don't know why, but I love medieval kind of castles. I think I romanticize a little bit because it was way in the past. But if you think about it, medieval times sucked the most. There was Inquisition, there was no sewage, women were probably treated like shit. Not probably, for sure. I'm grateful I live in this century. I just heard somebody saying they make cork out of this. Maybe next time you have some Portuguese wine, it's sealed with this guy. Can you hear the sound? Speaking about being a woman in 21st century, I hate when people complain about how disgusting this century is. I'm like, when was it better? You know, like tell me a time, just name a place, a period of time in the history when life was better, for women especially. Would I ever be able to travel in Portugal solo as a woman in any other century than this? In 20th, maybe, but I would be looked at weirdly anywhere in the world. But look at me now. Very quiet. I don't want to leave this place. In fact, I want to live here.
Okay, to be honest to you, I was just wandering around here innocently, and then these symbols kind of seemed interesting, and I felt like they had some meaning behind that nobody was telling me in the leaflet. So when I got back home, I researched a little bit, and I found this BBC reel that claims that this place was a Masonic temple and people would be baptized here and they would have rituals and so on and so on. I included the link in the description. Once you're done with this video, you can go watch that one. Don't stop watching my video though. YouTube doesn't like that.
Anyway, I have to go now, see some other places because there's a lot to check out in Sintra. It got hot, too hot. Even though this place is super touristy, it's also very big and spacious and you barely bump into tourists, which is great. Very interesting chair. I'm just gonna sit down and chill for a little bit. Nice. I want this chair in my living room, which I don't have in New York. First I need a living room and then a chair. I have no idea where I'm going. I think I'm lost in the woods and there are people following me because I was in front of them. I really hope I'm not gonna get them lost. Hi, this is the way up?
No, this is not the way.
Oh shit.
Yeah, big shit.
Where was the other way though? Like, I can't
I don't
recall.
know, it was straight on or down.
In the park.
And then on the top there's a wall.
Okay, this is confusing. Yeah, getting lost in the woods is definitely not my favorite part of traveling. It happened a few times before. Kinda ashamed to admit how many times it happened. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, thanks. Well, you witnessed that. Well, it says to go that way, so I took this way. And they say there was a wall there, so what the hell do I do now? With the help of these people, I found my way out. Hi.
No definition.
This is the mix of every single architecture style, like neo-Gothic, neo-Moorish, Renaissance, something Romanesque. I mean, they were like, let's just throw everything in there. I haven't seen a single guard here. I'm pretty sure they're somewhere out there, but there are no people who tell you not to do this, not to do that, don't go there, don't sit there, don't take a picture there, don't drink water here. I don't know, I like that. Portuguese people are very much like Georgians. They are always late. They eat a lot, they drink a lot, they smoke a lot. They're very loud. They don't go to bed until 1 a.m. Don't start working until 10 a.m. And when I first got here, I was early somewhere and the guy told me that I needed to adjust the Portuguese way, and I was like, I really don't need to. That's very familiar. In fact, that's the only way we know. Actually, it feels a little bit like seeing my culture from the outside, but Portugal is sunnier. This is so pretty and nobody's here. Nobody wants to hike, I guess. Wow. Magical. That's actually the highest point of this place, Sintra. Dark chocolate and some nuts. This castle was built in 12th century and then the earthquake happened in 1755 and it was completely destroyed, and then they obviously rebuilt it. It was a monastery for monks and, you know, Christians. And they say it was a famous spot for monks who wanted to pray in solitude, like some kind of retreat, a monk retreat. It's interesting that the retreats are becoming very popular these days, like yoga retreats, meditation retreats, like silent retreats. I think humans in today's world and 5 centuries ago always needed to be quiet a little bit, to turn like inward. But I guess in like 18th century it was all about like the God and praying and all that, getting high. I'm tired. I just want to chill here. Thank you so much for hanging out, honestly. I know not a lot of people watch my videos, but I'm pretty sure there are at least like 20 people who always watch my videos from start to finish, which I appreciate a lot. I just realized it today that I think when I talk to the camera, I talk to them, my friends. And hi guys, I love you very much. I came to Moorish Castle. This place was built by the Moors, who were Muslim occupiers who came from northern Africa, occupied Iberian land, which is today's Portugal and Spain, also Sicily and Malta. This castle was built in 8th century. Like, this place is 12 centuries old and it still stands still. That was a tongue twister. The castle is built on top of the second highest hill because they wanted to control Lisbon and also Atlantic Ocean, which is smart, I guess. They really had the best view for themselves. I don't know about the controlling the territory, but view, amazing. Going down the hill now to find something to eat. I think it would be fantastic if I could watch the sunset from the top of the hill, but unfortunately the castle is closing at 6 p.m, so they kicked me out. On my way back to Sintra's old town, I met this Italian student who studies physics in Lisbon. We started chatting and he told me he was invited to a pizza party and that I could go too. Italian house party? Of course I agreed, and I ended up having a beautiful end of the day with a lot of lovely people, pizza and beer. Italian language is the most beautiful language in the world. Change my mind in the comments if you dare.
Un po' di olio, un po' di sale, un po' di origano.
Giro, puoi dire che ho il mattarello a casa, abbiamo montato il mio mobile, il mattarello.
Non ti piace il mio mattarello fatto in plastica?
Che leva a dire?
Mi datelo, ma
Ma io penso che sia a posto, l'ha triturato tutto.
Do you remember Pedro, my couchsurfing host from the previous video? This girl here also stayed with him for 3 nights. Such a small world, right? Almost all of these people were Erasmus graduate students living a fun student lifestyle. Even though I absolutely enjoyed their company and their personalities, this afternoon made me realize that my student years are way in the past. You have no idea how much I loved being a student, being responsible for only my studies and grades, going to little house parties like this one, hanging out with my friends, dreaming big, debating about politics, fighting over whose soccer team is better, drinking, eating junk food at 3 a.m. and meeting deadlines at noon. I love that life. And if I had 1,000,000 lives, I would choose to be a student over and over again. But I'm done. I remember when I was going to college, people were telling me to enjoy my student years as much as I could. My teachers, my parents, my neighbors, people I knew and I did not know, everybody told me the same thing. You will never get those years back and you better enjoy them now. So I did, knowing that these too shall pass, which it did, and that night made me realize that I'm not sad about it at all. And maybe that's because I just love my life now, which might change overnight, but let's not go in there now. That night, I had a dream that I was old and I was in Italy. These are the only 2 things I remember about the dream.
With the flower?
Yes.
Crazy.
Why not? Why not?
Well, I just got back and I have to say that I had a blast, the most wonderful time. I just arrived at my couchsurfing. I want to say a huge thank you for watching this video. I love you very, very much and I will see you soon. Mwah! Take care.